Hi, Leanne. How are you this morning?
Morning, Roz. I'm good, thanks. And you?
Yes, I'm good. I'm good, sort
That's,
of good.
you sound like you're going to think about it.
I do. Probably because, there we go, because I was messing around in the background with the colours when I, just before we went live.
Just slightly.
Um, yeah, just having some fun, only because I can.
That colour actually goes
Uh,
quite well with your top.
Well, yeah, yes, I didn't realise that. It's actually a scarf because what I wore this morning, um, the brain's just all messy, right? Because I'm trying out different things. So this morning, my regular daily live stream, doing the Leanne card to spread, was to YouTube only. So of course that probably confused anyone else that was coming in to expect my usual one being on my page and on the My Time, doing that cross-link thing. And it wasn't there because it was at YouTube. So I had the link in my profile or somewhere, and I'm getting confused with where I'm putting links and things like that. so,
Yeah.
that, so this morning with this, even though I'm playing around with some of what I've got there, I have a different logo that I was playing with. So Leanne's seen that. I didn't leave it on here at the moment. I'll do that another time. But I made sure that I had the cross posting right. So there is this going live to mytimetv.live, to the Anne Winston Psychic Medium page, to my Ros Boundy page, to Live Video Hub, and I can't remember the last
Did
one.
you do
There's
my
another
other
one.
body, mind, and spirit?
Oh, nah, because I don't. No, I didn't.
You can do that page.
And I probably did put it on Hypnosis Plus with Ros, or I might not have. I can't remember. I know I was just doing that before you came into the studio, and I thought, at least I've got that part right today.
Well, I can see it's worked because my iPad popped up and said all these pages are going live. So
Oh, I did
I
it.
know
Oh, well, I
it's
won't check
correct.
on mine then. Oh, look, it's just so much fun doing the live streaming. I mean, it is a lot of fun doing the live streaming. I've come to the time where I can just pop on and I feel quite comfortable in front of the screen and I'm happy doing all this stuff. But I still, over the length of time I've been doing it, I still have not got the full sequence of everything working in the right order or anything.
Well, there is a lot that you've got to do in the background, and then
Oh,
using different platforms for different things.
yeah.
It is a lot to sort of take in and to remember. Just putting my phone on silent because I forgot to do that this morning.
Well, that hearing yours, that's what I was just peeking down to do as well, because there's another one on the non-existent checklist that I use because I don't.
Yeah.
It really is reliant on my memory to
Mm.
remember what sequence and what I need to do next and all the rest. And we do have some comments coming in already. So this is the reminder time. Hi, Cass, how are you? And then you've
Yeah.
got, hi, Rod. I like the spelling autocorrect if you both have a lovely morning. And then you say, Roz, love it.
Oh,
Exactly.
I'm going to tell you a
I
funny
thought
story
that's
about the spelling
fantastic.
auto. I sent Adair a
Uh-huh.
message the other day because one of her guests that she helps not host, but do the background stuff with. I joined in and I was
Produce.
watching. Produce, that's the word. My brain's not kicked into gear
Yeah.
yet today. And I was getting a real echo in my end. So I sent her a message and I said to her, this show has an echo. But after I sent it, she goes, what do you mean? And I went back to read my thing. It changed my word from echo to ego. And I'm like, that's supposed to be echo, not there's definitely no ego there. So I did a recording and sent it. And went, this is what I'm getting on my end. Oh my
But
God, bring up the
that's
spell
a cute
game.
autocorrect. What a cute autocorrect.
I'm thinking, I make enough errors on my own without having to bloody spell check to try and change my words.
Yeah, and that's
It's
exactly what it
clever.
is, though, isn't it? I mean, we make errors. Who cares? I mean, it's life goes on. It doesn't. things don't happen that's real bad about the type of, well, not the type of errors I'm making and doing the autocorrect like you found out. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that is a hoot.
Yeah, I reckon. But it was so timed as well, because she came back and said, well, actually, as I received your message, he was actually, the subject they were talking about was ego, sort of thing. And I'm thinking, well, I didn't hear that bit. I just got on notice there was an echo, refreshed my page, and then still there. So I sent her a message.
Yeah. It would seem that spirit really is on topic then when it gives the goose.
I think of all the words to use. I think she thought I was saying he's got ego. I'm like, no, he hasn't. Not in that form. So,
and yes.
hey,
So I've just dropped my scroller. I forgot about that. It was what I had from this morning. Oops. So there we go. Hi, Liv. Yeah, got a few more from those as we're going through. And Cass again just saying here, you're both having a lovely morning. So that's in the one sentence. All correct.
It's been a bit of a rushed morning.
Shazia. Look, it's something that I know I've got something planned already for tomorrow. I'm trying to look softly at you as if I'm looking and speaking to you directly. I suppose, is that working? I'm not sure. Instead of looking at the camera, I deliberately did it that way around this time so that you were first, I was second, and then we could look at each other like that, because I'm looking at the comments in the screen. Now I've forgotten what we're doing. Oh, the goose. Yes. Having so much to do as a list, I'm trying to get the things done that are on a list instead of procrastinating. And there's many of them I still haven't done that I keep putting off deliberately because it's the stuff you don't like doing.
Yeah.
But, when you're in business. I'm thinking, sorry, ATO. Anyway.
I can wait.
Yeah, well, yeah, they only like waiting a certain amount of time, don't they? But anyway, all of that as the list grows, but there's some of it that is done, but then at least grows, and I thought, the head just goes. Ah!
It does.
It really is getting like that. But you, who does keep a little bit of an eye on the astrology via
Elizabeth Prue's page.
Oh, Elizabeth Prue's tip-offs. I was trying to think of the name. It's no wonder that there is the craziness in our heads at the moment, because the energy really is stirring up, and we're about to have another of the planets going to retrograde. So that's 6, you told me, wasn't it?
That's a lot.
And I checked it on my Astro Gold, and that's gone away. Hang on, bring it up.
I must get that on my iPad too. That's
going to happen around about, I've got it here. Which one did you say was coming in?
Neptune.
It's Neptune.
Neptune's
so I've got to try and find, Neptune's the one with the forks, and that's going to go retro at roughly around 2:30 today. So hang on. Yep. I'll just do a solo and put it on the screen. I suppose I could add in my second camera, but I've turned it off. So for anyone that knows how to interpret the charts, there we've got it. And if you can see it, there's the timeline. Hang on. To 1427 as far as that goes, and there's Neptune down the bottom at 57 degrees into, minutes, sorry. Is that degrees? 20 degrees, 57 minutes into that. What's the one that's the fountain?
No,
the ram. The one that's the ram, Capricorn, I think. Anyway.
See, that's things I can't get my head around. That's why I find it so much easier to go to Elizabeth's page. She's got it all worked out. That's her, that's her strong point. I just read what she says.
Oh, it is. And it has actually been an interest of mine. I'm going to put our names there just in case there's anyone that's new that hasn't seen us before. There's our correct name. So, rather than just Leanne and Ros and one, and which one of us is it? And remember, if you're on the My Time TV or any of those other cross-posted pages, not the My Time, any of the other cross-posted pages, come back to the mytimetv.live. The link is in the, I'm pretty sure I did put the link in the description properly, so do that, and we'll see your comments there.
That's it.
So What's been exciting for you in the last week?
Oh, the last week just feels like a blur. I'm actually running on a timeline at the moment to get some work to a certain somebody, um, sort of thing, so I can have something released early next year. So yeah, it's just the whole weekend has been editing sort of thing and getting files ready in a format
Yeah.
that they can still work with to make things a little bit easier. So it's been really it's been mentally draining, exhausting, and I'm doing this project with another lady, and she's trying to work a full-time job at the same time. So that's been fun for her as well. But it's all for me. It's just getting things organised. Like I need to be doing some recordings today, video recordings, and I'm finding it a bit hard to sort of focus on that as well. Went out and bought a U-Butte camera to do it, so fingers crossed that's looking good for not getting the blurriness and stuff like that. But it's just crazy times. And that's why I go back and look at Elizabeth's page, because I've been sort of having a couple of not health issues. The doctor changed my tablets a little bit, which has sent my blood pressure quite low. So I've been having a few funny little turns and stuff like that and just trying to take it easy, but keeping the mind busy at the same time.
Bit of faintness happening, was
Oh,
it?
yes, it has.
Oh dear.
3 weeks ago, and I went back to get my blood results on Friday. She goes, "Oh, your blood pressure's a bit low," because I suffer from migraines at times, and I'd had a migraine the day before I went and seen her, and she said to me, "The migraine is caused through your blood pressure." I'm going, "No, my migraine's caused through something I did with my neck the day before, which I know sets off. Certain things will set it off, and it just happened this day, that one thing, and I know what I did it." Sort of thing. And she did not, she's like, "No, the blood pressure is causing the migraines," which is probably, quite possible for a lot of people. But I kind of know my body quite well, and I know, like, quite tuned in, but I know sort of what actions, since my neck injury, does do it, and my back injury. So so it's been a 3-week roller coaster of playing with them. And now it's like, okay, well, I've taken it on my own little back to halve my tablet type of thing, but it's still low. So I'm back to the doctor Saturday morning. So
she's the same thing I do. Modify my own.
Well, she doubled my dose. So really, I put myself back to what I was on at that time. But the way because I've got one of those little blood pressure cuffs, the way my cuff is reading, first thing in the morning before I have my tablets or anything, I really don't need the tablets according to my blood pressure machine. But I don't want to take myself off the tablets until I get doctor's advice on that one.
Yeah, I'm fully hearing you with all of that. We do, and it is our responsibility, and which is why I like to encourage people to know your own body first, because you are going to know it best.
That's it.
And doctors can only go by how you're describing it and by the data that they get from various machines. Yep. Invariably, when you're in their office, in their, the consulting room, and they put the cuff on you, because you're there, it'll go sky high, which happened to me the last visit that I made. I mean, my blood pressure was 170 on 90 something.
Yeah,
absolutely way over the top. It never does that. And I thought, nah, it's not right. Because mine is normally around about the usual, the 120 on 80. I mean, it ranges from that to 135. The various numbers, they are numbers. But, I mean, I took myself off the hypertensive yonks like a couple of years ago, actually, after a mini stroke thing. I sort of couldn't figure it because, like you, I've got a cuff, Sphygmo, electronic one, and it measures it. It's a tool. And it only gives you a rough one. You take one from the left. I do, both arms, left, right.
I just do the left,
Yeah, because the left, it's the higher, that's the one that's where the blood is actually leaving the heart, so it's going to be the strongest. What's coming back on the right side is the weaker blood pressure. So I take both and then I do the middle. And I figure that's about it. That's my own technique.
I'm just thinking, I don't know that I want to take it on the other side, because a couple
Could
of
be too
days.
low.
A couple of days I've been like 102 over 59
Oh,
and 62. So
yeah, that's the dizziness.
yeah, that's it. So that's going to go
Yeah.
my power.
Yeah. So with that, I mean that's just something that I've
That's interesting.
developed for myself
Yeah.
because, and that's with a little knowledge base
Yeah.
because I was a volunteer AMBO years back.
Mm.
And did that for 7 years. So it's not that I'm coming at it from a ignorance or just I'm doing this because I'm a stubborn bitch and don't want to listen to the doctors. I sort of, in my way, I know what I'm doing because I
Yeah.
feel that I know my body best.
That's
I've
it.
had a bit of experience with the ops and stuff, things like that. But it still doesn't mean that you just rely on self only and don't go to medical care when needed. We do still. And I haven't even looked at these comments. Sorry, people. It'd be nice if I did, wouldn't it? I normally do. And anyway, as we continue to move along, we do grow in what we're actually learning and putting into action for ourselves and creating that healthier lifestyle if that's what we feel within us that we need to be doing, which, hey, yes, I do. And all of those things along the way. So listen to your gut feelings about what you need for you. So
that's it.
that probably summarises that up, doesn't it?
It does very well.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, I've just seen one comment there. Now, Lee, who loves your name, Leanne, I go by Leanne. Now, there's a thingy somewhere that either she has, Leanne, have you got a photo icon thingy, or is it just that there's something? We're not in a group, are we? It's only the group that comes up with the blank thingy, isn't it?
That's it. So she may not have an icon on her Facebook page.
So she hasn't got the icon on it. Yep. That's all right. I was just wanting to find out if that was, yeah. Small world stuff. That just reminds me of small world stuff.
Yeah.
So what else has been happening for you this week?
Oh, goodness.
I've been wandering off. That scatterbrain.
Yeah, well, that doesn't surprise me though with the energy at the moment. I'm going to talk about that in a sec. But to answer your question, I've pretty much been focused on all this editing stuff and that. I know I've got to start putting things in place with my membership stuff that I've got on sale at the moment. So that I'm looking forward to kickstarting that with the private members groups, face-to-faces sort of thing on the 1st of July. So I've got to do a little bit of that, but I've got a lady working on a new platform for my online workshop because I'm not happy with the one that I'm working with at the moment. So I'm looking forward to getting that up and running, but I've just got a couple of little videos I've got to do. Got more courses that I want to put on there and get kick-started. So it's all, at the moment for me, it's just about timing sort of thing. Yeah. It's having enough time to do all this stuff. We've got the expo stuff that we're starting to plan for the next one with that online in July. And I have to stop and think when that is.
No, that's August, isn't it? First Sunday in August.
August, is it?
Because we had June,
that's
we're doing
right.
by month.
Yes, that's right.
August the 7th? No, it won't be.
No, I think
I'm just going to
the first weekend.
Let me have a look.
I know it's somewhere here on my desk.
Where is a calendar?
It's kind of like just juggling a few different things at the moment, but the main thing is getting that editing done for me, sort of thing. So, and then still seeing clients and stuff in between that. So I had a busy day yesterday with clients, which was good. So, but there's just so much energy in the universe going on, and it's actually interesting sitting back and observing people with what is going on, because a lot of you that have been watching us for a while would have heard me say last decade was very much about structure and stuff. And it's funny how the universe energy is bringing up that structure stuff again, because it's bringing up old things from the past with all these stuff going in there. So, it's quite interesting.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
I'm still here, but I'm just fixing something in the background.
Yeah, I just saw it. Yep, that's fine. I know what you're talking about, so that's fine. I do know what you're talking about with getting things busily done and everything, because if you could put in the comments whilst you're there, the next Lifestyle, Psychic and Wellness Expo is on August the 2nd. Sunday, August the 2nd.
There it is. I knew it was the first weekend.
It is. That's what we've got set as the date at this point in time. So for anyone that is actually interested in being a stall holder, do contact one of us, and we're very happy to send some info to you when we've got it ready, which we haven't quite yet, but it's work in progress. So it's exciting. Love doing them.
I love the way that, we've now done two of these expos. 2, 3.
Yeah, we've done 2. This will be the third one.
Yeah, it's been really interesting getting the feedback from stall holders. Like each one, we've had people come back and say, "Oh my God, the sales I've made or the people I've signed up in my programs is incredible." So, I love the fact that we're bringing people together and that we're promoting businesses out there to, to help them grow and reach other people, especially in hard times like these.
Yeah. And because so many of us now can't just travel and do the market day type stuff, which is what these expos start out as, don't they? You don't even know when you're actually going to be able to start again doing the on-site live shows, or can you do them now? Because what you'd initially planned with this one was back in February, and it was going to be a big event.
That's
closed down. When are we going to be able to do the big events again? Because it was a big event. We can't have quite that size yet, or can we? Because I'm looking forward to going back to being at the lives. On the ground, in person. It would be lovely to have that energy moving around again, wherever we can create that energy as far as the lives.
My feeling is I haven't heard the correct side of it. I think there are sort of groups now where you can get, is it 100 or 80 or something in one area? Okay. But I think for a lot of these expos, by the time they get the stall holders and a little bit of the public in, they're going to be pushing those numbers. So my feeling, like for the one I'm rescheduling, I'm looking at probably March next year, February, March, because I'm thinking we get over crowds of, like in Murray Bridge in the past, we've had crowds of 1,500, 2,000 people for the day. So, I don't want to run that risk of having to reschedule again. So I think I'm going to leave it until next year. I think by then people are going to work up the confidence to go back out, but also have the money to spend because people will be back at work. In that way is what I'm thinking. So
I agree. And I put Adair's comment up because she's the other party in doing the online one. Just say hi.
Hey, honey.
And she's sending it out to her personal profile story and all that we can send it out to, which each and every person who's actually live watching and everything can also do the same. There's things called watch parties, and the other thing is hitting that button that we're supposed to still not say, or whatever thing it is. Spreading the love.
That's it. Maybe if Adair's still in watching, if she could just put that date of the 2nd of August in the comments for us for the next live expo. I'm just having a little bit of trouble because we're running live. I managed to delete that comment. So.
It's still showing up in my end, but I know not to worry about it. The studio side of it as a host, at the moment, what we used to be able to do was directly type in comments from this side. I could have done it myself, but it's not available at the moment.
Oh, really?
So, I haven't been able to do it for a while, so I don't know what the difference is, but I can't do it, so that's why I'm relying on someone else to do. 2nd of August is the day for the next Lifestyle Psychic Wellness Fair event. Expo. What do we call it? Expo? It's Expo. Yes. Event, Expo. Yeah, it is an event. We have fun times for that 6 hours. It's great. Yeah. So in refocusing, reorganising, just doing things, it can take a little bit of time to actually recalibrate the brain. do the breathing, whatever it takes to actually then let that monkey mind settle and create those nice little waves that give us that calmness. And I'm sort of thinking, as I'm sitting here doing that, because that's what I'm doing, I'm looking through and my fingers just going like that along the string. No, don't do that. Take your time. We might do some readings today because I know we've sort of not quite got to it over the last couple of weeks, have we?
Yeah. I think we only got a couple in last week. We lost track of time with the conversation we were having.
Yeah, we did. And I've got the sun just starting to come in on the side. You see
It's
that
lovely.
beautiful silver glisten in my hair. It's the sunshine. That's beautiful. Actually, like with the way that the rain has been and the lawn is growing really nicely, and it's just the sparkles on the leaves with being wet. It's a beautiful day, and I bet it's as cold as buggery out there if I stood outside.
It was at 7:15 this morning when I had to. I did a trip down the freeway in my pajamas. I really didn't care this morning. My husband just goes, I said to him, I'm not getting changed because my daughter missed the bus in Mount Barker. So we had to drive her to the top of the freeway. I just went, I'm not getting changed. She goes, just don't break down. And all the way back, my car's due for a service.
It's one of those funny things, though, with doing this. I mean, it is funny because you've got no idea what either of us has got on the below what you can see here, as far as our, the chest level. I'll say chest instead of boobs, but as far as that goes, I could have anything. I've got leggings on, the normal stuff. But you just have to dress up the top part. Doesn't matter.
News crew. What happens under the table? No one knows.
Yeah, I don't know whether I've got anything. Oh yeah, I've got a bag of stuff to shred actually.
Yeah.
But
I've got the rug on the floor, my feet wrapped around it.
I've got me socks on. I wonder if I can actually hang on. They're lovely, but
mine are green and white. I don't think
can I actually hold them up? That's as flexible as I can get. Yeah, it's the little ones with the sticky things on the bottom so we don't slip around down the hallway.
Mother's Day present.
Yeah, someone gifted these ones to me too. They're ever so warm.
Maybe we go and see the viewers.
They should share little photos of their socks. What have you got on your feet?
Keeping them warm. Put in comments. We'd love to see.
It'd be fun. Oh, dear.
I love it.
I suppose I should be serious, shouldn't I? This is a good show.
We always have a good laugh.
Here we go.
Can't kick someone's face with this laugh on their or a smile on their face. Cute
and
ladies.
Now that people know who we are, I'll take the names down. Who wants to know? That's all right.
Crazy too.
Let's start doing some of these readings.
Yeah.
And behaving.
I'm going to pull the same deck of cards as you, I reckon, this way today.
Oh, there they are.
How's that sound?
Yeah, look, my Lenormands are so close all the time. I hardly go anywhere. Well, I don't go anywhere. I hardly go too far without them being in reach. And it's, they're just so like a familiar thing, almost like the fingers on the hand, aren't they?
They are. They're beautiful energy.
So, for Jazia, you're having surgery tomorrow. Will she be fine?
I got a yes straight away with that, honey. Yeah. Just give yourself. Yeah. Don't put too much pressure on yourself when it comes to healing. So I want to say, just rest, let your body heal, and you'll be back to normal quite quickly.
Yeah, and I think it's just that sentence. Just don't stress. That's what I'm getting. Stress. It's fine. Yeah, and there we go. Got the next one in line. I'm just going down the line. So. Will this break my hubby and I grandson to take the Brisbane for my procedure? Help my hubby and I re-energise, please.
I get yes. I feel that's positive, honey.
Yep.
Yeah.
And beautiful sunshine on that. So, and that's a really good. The energy of the sun. It's the yang. It's the ra. It's all of that. And if you can see that, the time's right as well too. There's a sundial type factor under there, so it's actually not that it's indicating a particular time, though. If you want to take note of sometime between 5 and 6, it'll be really good. That's where it's sitting. Oh, hang on, can you get it? Oh, it doesn't come up clear enough, does it? So, yeah, good timing. Now, Liv, what have you got there?
I actually think it's a little bit about taking time for yourself, honey, and nurturing you at the moment. I do feel there is another job coming, and I get the reference to it's all about coming into balance sort of thing at the moment. So, okay.
Going through its cycles with the moon.
Yep.
The moon is about cycles as
well. There's a lot of that going on at the moment. So
yeah,
too much. Yeah.
And I pulled this one up for the next one. Could I please have a card in respect of what's to come in the next 6 months? So, looking like there is commitment in whatever form you want to see that ring. So I'm feeling that it's a gorgeous mandala in behind that too. I mean, that itself too is around about cycles and completing a circle. So, you know, never ending. It's that continuity and commitment. Yeah. So, whoops, I haven't put a thing up yet, have I? I took one down and forgot to put the next one up.
Okay, Kylie. Oh, I just get stop and breathe, honey. So to me, I feel like there's a little bit of anxiety around you at the moment. But I also feel like you're a little bit unsure of things as well with that. Okay. I don't know if you do things in patterns, but all of a sudden, the way I was shuffling, I felt like I was doing it in patterns and the way I was doing it. So expand your energy. I love the way a lot of these cards are coming out around the universe and stuff like that at the moment. So, which is quite fitting with what's going on in all the retrogrades and stuff like that. So I do see you being the center point. Send your energy out there because I get the reference to you've got a lot of goodness in you that will touch others in that side of it, which is going to bring positive into your life as well. So I want to say a lot of growth coming, honey. Just you need to you need to open yourself up to receive that. Okay, so wishing you all the best.
Gorgeous card, that star too. The star card. I love it with Kylie, your little icon, what's that called? Is it
the flower?
It's a French penny, isn't it?
Yeah, French penny.
Yeah, because I had one when I was back at Menengi, and I did ask my daughter to drop it off here, but it hasn't got back here, so I think she's kept it at a place. It's a beautiful plant, beautiful, well-established frangipani, so I'm hoping it's still okay. I'll have to ask her. Yeah. Kylie.
We just did Kylie.
Oh, that's who we just did. Silly me. No, we've done D as well. Yes. Re-energise. She's done it in twice, done the copy paste. Could I have a card regarding the next 6 months? Oh, did I have one and just put it back in? I did. Oh, there you go. Next 6 months going to be a tough time is what I'm feeling. So times are tough still. Yeah. So they're going to be tough still for a little while longer. You are carrying responsibility for some others that you really need to suss into yourself what is yours and what is others. And it's your choice. You can still carry that because there usually is a choice. But there probably is that time now that, you know, in that introspection of finding what is the best for you, that you will need to give back to the others what is their responsibility, and they can carry it themselves. So that's what I'm getting. Anything further that you want to add to that?
Yeah, I feel really strongly that it is about focusing on you, honey, and not taking on all that stuff. So set your boundaries, but remember you've got the tools within you to get through that tough times, okay? So I think you're just going to come out a lot stronger than what you are now, all right? A lot more focused too.
Yeah. Good morning to Fiona. I think we've said this before. And Samantha.
I don't think so. And Samantha. All right. Now, oh, I like your picture down the beach. I would love to get down to the beach. All right, so honey, I am very much drawn within you. So I get you've got a big heart. You do a lot for everybody else. It's time to go back within. Look at that focus of your own in that sense. So to me, it's like you've had to do so much for everybody else. Go deep within and really find on that soul level what your passion is. And I get the reference to working with that. The 29 comes down to 11, which is a master number. I wouldn't be surprised if you're heading down a spiritual path in that sense. So connecting more with your intuition and stuff like that rather than the spiritual side of religion in that side. So trust in yourself, honey. If it feels right, jump on it. If you're unsure about something, there's a reason. Go deeper why in that sense. Okay. But I just feel like it's a very deep thought sort of process for you coming up.
Yeah. And Fiona here has also mentioned we do learn from our mistakes.
We do.
Well, if we don't, we're going to have to repeat it. That's all there is to it.
Over and over.
Until we learn it.
And it's actually interesting because I'm watching somebody that keeps making the same mistake over and over at the moment. But,
Yeah.
their journey, it's up to them to discover that. But it's interesting watching how they react, but the people around them react as well. That also are watching the same thing over and over.
Yeah. And one of the things too is remembering if you keep treating it the same way or trying to respond to it in the same way, you're going to get the same result too. So, I mean, it's something that you need to actually change up, change it around, change your perspective, or, it'll repeat.
Yeah.
That's that's what I've observed too. So, and we've got the global thing happening. We've got Lee is from Illinois. She's mentioned that. So I remember putting her name up, Leanne.
I love
Because of that last name. Have a reading now, Gianna. Oh, Gina. Gina?
Gina.
Why did I say that? It'd be Gina. Yeah, I'm just going to put this up because even though we've had the card for the ring already, I'll put that there, what my eye's going to. So it's a different reading for you than what it was for the previous one. There's a different perspective. There's a different message coming out from this for you that I'm seeing, and it really is. It's the peak. It's that epitome that what is at the top. My eye's going to that glow, that spark of light that's coming from the tip, that's showing the point. It's like the cream on the top of the cake type of feeling is what I'm getting from this one. And that feeling of that completion is actually has become its own sparkle, its own reward. It's shining out like that light that it is. So saying the thank you, I'm just getting that, saying the thank you and moving forward with it in that completion as well. So
Love it.
Which one was that? I've got to find the right button there. Yes. And we've got a good morning from Bianca.
Good morning.
And Fiona's been up since 4 a.m. in pain, so I got to start to put some things back in the kitchen, ready for the floor to be done tomorrow. Still waiting on a gas stove. I think there's some renos happening there. And in fact, I'm pretty sure there is for the stove to cooking with. She's looking forward to cooking with the high stove. Isn't it wonderful to actually go through the planning and the process of changing things around, of actually revamping and getting new things? Because I've got to get a new stovetop myself. And, things that you can actually look forward to for that newness and for that doing things better, don't you reckon?
Yeah, definitely, for sure, improving things. Actually, with her energy, I was picking up a lot of pain in my shoulder area with that side of it as well. I feel like the pain is caused through an event, honey, so it could be injury or something like that. But I also want to say, look at what you hold on to energetically wise, because I feel like I've got a combination of the energy that you haven't been able to let go of that has turned into the physical, as well as wear and tear type thing in injury with that side of it. So you've let me know where your pain is, but I'm getting it right through in here, down the side of my neck, into my shoulder area, and around the back of my shoulder.
Yeah, I'm actually feeling. Was it Fiona that I pulled the cross for,
I
taking
think
on
it
other
was.
people's? Yeah, I'm feeling that probably is that weight of the metaphorical cross that
Mm.
that you're carrying as well too. So, just saying, I think that's a reference to our cute socks. I had to follow that one down. Can we see the hearts? Look at that! I love the row of hearts. Aren't they
Oh, that's
gorgeous?
cute. I love how you get all the different colours.
Isn't it
Yeah.
gorgeous? Yeah.
You
So
nearly
now I've
got
got to
all, well,
find.
you pretty much got all the chakra colours in there.
Yeah, red, orange. Yeah, there's just not the red one's not there, but that's all right. We've got the white and the black at each end.
That's
That's pretty
cute.
cool though. Yeah,
It is.
it is,
But,
isn't it?
yeah.
Now I don't know where I was up to. What else? Oh, look there. Have we done? Yeah, we did Gina's, so that was it. And the good morning. I'm just going straight through them, and the cooking, cooking. Oh, cooking because I'm
Yeah.
cooking for myself at the moment. Oh God.
Yeah.
With a stove that doesn't turn down to low. I'm getting too frustrated with it. So I'm going to get a induction.
Start shopping while he's not there.
Yeah, I'll be doing that.
Did you say you bought him a present?
I'm doing what?
Did you say you bought him a present?
Oh, yeah. But he's the one that cooks on it, so I probably should let him choose which is going to be the tool.
My grandfather used to do that. He'd go out and buy things for my nana for her birthday and Christmas that he wanted. And he wanted a
Yes.
paint stripper. So he told her, he went out and bought a paint stripper, gave it to her for her birthday, I think it was, and said it was a hairdryer.
Do you know how hot they get? Crispy hair.
You don't think he got in trouble with it? He was always good at things like that.
Did we get one for Bianca yet? You've got one.
I haven't focused on it. Sorry, honey. Bianca, I get the reference to with this card. It's more about letting go of the past, look at what's coming through in the future side of stuff. I get the reference to there is change coming, but this finance is coming with it as well. So just breathe into it, go with the flow. Don't look back anymore. I get the reference to it's about focusing on the future and allowing that financial flow to come in. All right. So wishing you all the best with that.
Cool. Now I'll go back to that because I've got the next one and I already have the card. And I thought this is funny because I picked at the card and then I saw that. I mean, it's the one I chose. Usual question on the love life. There's the card. I had to giggle at that. You've got the heart card, so think positive around that love life because it's happening. And I think that's pure and simply that's what that means. Don't
and
you reckon,
that's
Leanne? That one coming in?
Yeah. Kat inboxed me the other day with we'd had a conversation sort of thing, and really, honey, that fits with what my last reply was to you in that way.
That's funny.
It's the timing. All right.
Yeah.
Good things for those that be patient. I hate that word. Sorry.
Who likes being patient?
No.
Really?
Put your hand up if you do.
No, I've been told I am very patient, and I have been all my life. Well, I suppose in its way, yes, but is it something that you actually think of that you are? You don't. You're just living your life, and there's moments you sort of hurry up to whatever it is that's happening. But things do happen in its perfect timing, so it doesn't matter.
They do.
Be patient.
Yeah.
Take the breaths of air. Sit in your Zen space. if I could cross my legs in the yoga pose, I'd probably do that too.
One might, but the other's not getting there.
No. I could years ago. These days, no.
Yeah.
So Kellyanne is saying, "Hey, lovelies, we came home the other night to footsteps to my front door and a familiar scent. I've had a horrible uneasy feeling since. Are we safe, and was it who I'm thinking it was?"
I got yes, because that's where your mind first went, honey, so always trust I always say trust your mind where it first goes when you get things like that happen. But are you safe? I feel yes with that side of it.
Yeah.
If it does make you uneasy, sage, honey, sage your house, your energy. And I'm actually being told put crystals at the front door if you're worried about energy coming in. So black tourmaline at each side of the front door. I put it on the inside at the skirting board at the front door. Okay, so that takes any negativity and sets that protection as anything enters through the door, whether it's physical or energetic wise. Okay.
Yeah. I felt that. And then we've got Adair's. Tap that little curved arrow and make sure your friends know. Probably a good time to remind people you're meant to be on the mytimetv.live page again, because I forgot to do that on the half hour. That's all right. That's okay. We're here. And there's still a few that are here.
That's
I'm sure.
Exactly.
That's the other thing that's
made up.
yeah, and that's the thing with the background too. I just realised the counter thingy isn't working like it used to either. That's not there.
I
mean, it's there, but it's not showing a count. So that's all right. Look, it's one of the things with the technology that we've got, the beautiful improvements that we're getting through, especially with the simulcasting to YouTube and Facebook. But that also means that there's some other things that get a little glitchy sometimes, like not being able to comment from me into the stream direct and seeing the numbers. And I don't know what else there is yet. That's all I've seen today, so that's good.
Yeah, that's good. Well, at least it's working a lot better than it was Wednesday night. Yeah, we have. Wednesday night was fun.
And here's, yeah, wasn't it? And here we've got Adair who has...
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah. I've got a very poor streaming at the moment. I was down to the one red. So the stream... next week I'll make sure that I've actually cleared the cache and rebooted and all the rest properly too. That might be helpful. Yeah, so you go on.
I could, for those who didn't get to see us Wednesday night, I couldn't bring Roz up in the show at the same time as me for a big portion of it. So I was jumping Roz up and down, we were like bouncing balls up and down on the screen. So we got there, we persisted, and it corrected itself.
You remember the week before we did get into a little discussion about seesaws.
We did.
It sort of almost felt like that. It was that. But we couldn't see the other one on the other end. Yeah, it was fun. It was still fun.
But we're enjoying the new changes that have come through. So.
Absolutely. No, I think advancement, not for advancement's sake, but for good purpose and being able to use the tools in a much more productive way, because Facebook's not the only place on the internet.
Yeah.
YouTube's not the only place on the internet. You know, Twitch or Twitter or wherever else you decide to actually show up, there's many different options of being able to be seen, to share and all of that. And it's great that there is the development into different areas that we can actually at least do them two at a time. Because with the number of what's around, God, you'd never be able to leave the seat. I'm just thinking, I don't leave my seat very often. I spend a lot of time in front of a computer.
I don't feel like I can either. Yesterday I had the screen there, the iPad Pro here, the iPad there, and it was like working from 3 different devices at once on one job.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. It was like that file there.
Yeah, and that list still gets a bit longer as we're putting in more checks to tick off. Yeah, so that is the reminder there. I've left it on there for a long time, so you can write it down. It is the 2nd of August. And the next question that Donna has here is, where is it? It's actually online, this one that we're talking about on the 2nd of August, and it is here in the mytimetv.live page. So there will be an event the clickable thing that you can get the reminder. You just click that and you'll get the reminder before it starts. So,
and then Donna, the physical one in March will be at the new race course in Murray Bridge.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at March this time because I know Donna's from Murray Bridge.
Oh, yeah, yep. Oh, that's good, yeah. Good, we'll see you there then too. Now, Jen has put, I'm reposting because I'm not sure if I posted this in the right place. You might have been on the wrong one. Well, it's not, they're not wrong. It's just that we can't see the comments during the live streaming until it's on the mytimetv.live page. So I asked this last week, but Wi-Fi dropped out, so don't know if you got me. Have a man in my life. I'd love to know if things will work out as I want with him. The card that I've got sitting on top, and you've got also some extra there. Can you give me information on how he currently feels about me? Thanks for all you both do. Cross a bridge. I'm not sure, and that's sort of how it sounded to me as I got it, cross a bridge. So I'm not sure whether that's meaning it's going to continue on with him. I'm actually feeling like it's not. What are you getting from that? Not so much from the card, but what are you reading?
Yeah, with that energy, I kind of felt a bit excited about it in that sense, but I also get the reference to, honey, don't overthink it. Put yourself forward and just go with the flow and allow things to take its course. Don't try to control it, because the more you try to control it and overthink it, the more you're going to push that energy away. Okay? So put yourself out there. So when Roz said cross the bridge, that I've seen that as putting yourself out there.
Okay? Yeah, crossing the bridge. So there's needing to be a move made as well, but at the right time, because the two bridges there, one's sooner than later. So it could be that it's a bit later that you take that step, that things will progress even further.
That's it. Yeah. Trust, honey.
But it was sort of with that, it sounded blunt to me as I got it. But anyway, that's what spirit does sometimes. Can be blunt.
Yeah, definitely. I've said things I go, really? Do I have to repeat that?
Yeah. You mean you didn't hear it properly the first time? Yeah. Love you guys. You're so funny. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. Now, we've done... this is a different comment, though, from Leanne. Thanks for the giggles and laughs. Needed that. Can you give me some pointers on my retirement and finances before the end of the year? Thank you so much. I'm feeling a bit more planning needed to be fine-tuned is what I'm feeling around that. It's going to be tight unless it's not planned well enough. Is what I'm feeling, and I'm feeling that there's something that's in the shadows is what I'm feeling, because with the moonlight it's a reflection of sunlight, so something is being lost in the interpretation somewhere, and it's going more to that reflection rather than direct. So bringing that either info that you need to know or something specific in how you're planning for that for the retirement, it does need to be finessed and have a look at all sides of it, as the moon has all of those different phases. Okay? Yeah. Anything for her?
Yeah, I agree with Roz. I got the feeling that it's going to be okay, but it is about the careful planning. So when I say start doing that planning now, look at the timing of it and what you're going to do with your retirement fund in that sense. So just keeping an eye on it. I'm being drawn to maybe every 12 months revisit what you put in place and see what is out there in that sense. Okay.
Yeah. I like Nikki's there. Hey, ladies, can you see me doing a trip to see friends with my kids, or is it not time yet? And I've got not time yet, but there's the kids, the child card came up. So I think it's not too far off, though.
Yeah, it's getting close, honey.
I love that.
Yeah.
So there's another little bit. Just have a little bit of patience.
Actually, that's
it'll fall into place.
Spirit just made reference to. Okay, thank you. With what's going on with New South Wales and Victoria, with more cases coming up with the COVID stuff, I kind of feel like at the moment Spirit's showing me we need to stay where we are, because I feel like we're starting to go into a second sort of phase of this COVID sort of stuff. It's not going to be as bad as what it was the first time, because we're more educated and equipped with it than what we were when we went into it earlier this year. But I get the reference to, I do feel there will be boundaries put in place a little bit more than what we are at the moment when it comes to travel. So I think we just need to wait it out and just be patient.
Yeah, I mean, it will pass, and this too will pass. Like it's a bit almost like biblical. Yeah. So Dee's saying, excellent, thank you. Please have sun shining as well, as it will be cold compared to Cairns. I haven't been to Cairns. Got as far as Townsville, though. That's the highest up I think I've done. Where's Newman in comparison? Is that on the same?
I have no idea.
I've been there too. Oh, Newman's Western Australia.
Oh, that's the other end.
And Cairns, Townsville's eastern, as in Queensland. Yeah. So I know where they are, but I'm sort of thinking longitude. I'm not sure. Longitude's that way up. Anyway, that's geography, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, ladies. I'd love it to be a ring, but I don't think it will be just yet. You never know. But I can understand the coming full circle and completing the cycle. Yeah. That saying that comes into mind, it is that be careful what you wish for type saying, but it's not in that be careful. It is we do get what we wish for, but it's not so much the wish for, it's what we think, what our thoughts bring forward, and that is our creation. That's how we create what we create. So we've got some lovely little emojis as we're moving through, and we've got the little hearts, and Marianne's actually asking, hey ladies, any message for me? So there you go.
Okay, Mary Ann, I'm going to pull you a card because it's general. I get the card, the key card. What is it that's opening up for you, honey? I do get the reference to focus on you at the moment, and I get the reference to, look, there's energy, there's things opening up, opportunities coming with that side of it. Helps if I hold the card right. I do feel there's going to be financial flows with these opportunities, so if it feels right, jump on it. But I also feel like it's about bringing balance back into your life as well with that side of it, okay? So opportunities bring balance. It's going to bring the financial flow, okay? So wishing you all the best there as well. Look out for the patterns and the numbers too.
Yeah. And as I'm going through at least my eye caught again by that little red square that I've got in there, the streaming strength, and you were a bit fuzzy, and I'm thinking, oh gosh, I hope the recording's better.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Whoops.
Can't control.
I clicked the button I wasn't meant to. Oh, yeah, well, it's exactly. The internet's what it is. And a lot more people being online too these days. So we've got to accept we've got good technology anyway, better than some.
Yeah.
Angela's asking, is Friday this week look like a great day to win house in Berry in a competition? Any day is a good day to win a competition or have the chance to. Will you? Aha.
That focus, feel it being yours. Hear that number being called or your name being called, honey. And I like your profile picture. I'm trying to think of it's not human nature. I'm trying to think of the name of the group.
Yeah, it's no good asking me a name of a group. I wouldn't have a clue.
I know I've seen them somewhere. And it's musical.
That's the card that comes out. Time. It's time.
And it's got a house at the top of it.
Oh, yeah, it's the little cuckoo clock.
Yeah.
Little cuckoo clock, and look at all the different faces of time in there. So it'll happen at some point in time. Yeah, that's what it shows. Now, this is Melinda. Hi, guys. Not sure if I'm on the right connection. Yes, you are. Having issues with real estate, who I'm buying a house from. Will it be sorted? Thank you. Oh, it's nothing like dealing with the real estate agents and purchasing properties. I've had a little experience in that lately. And it's all been good, though. It's just one thing did show up, that it was the wrong unit number stated on the title. So we did have to get that sorted.
Oh, God.
So, and that was the government's fault, not the real estate agent's end. So are you feeling that it'll get sorted?
I do. I just feel like you need to stand your ground, honey. Push. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, it will. And the light at the end of the tunnel. I can't remember what that one was in reference to. That there's many. It
I
just
think,
had a lot of different things go through my mind then with just seeing that the light at the end of the tunnel. Do you remember what we pulled?
I think the card you pulled for her was the ring card.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind the ring. So.
And we've got Mika, who is saying hi, ladies, and yes, Leanne had option done in Shaw last November and still have trouble. I do believe my chakras are out of balance or something. Out. Oh, thank you for the message. Yeah. Yep, that's fine. Yeah. The shoulders and all the rest. Yeah.
So just meditate, honey, and picture yourself balancing your chakras and having them spin freely. Okay, the energy of them. Okay. So
yeah, because it's certainly what needs having that spinning happening right. It's almost like those discs that you see on top of the spinning top at times. They can get out of wobble.
Mm-hmm.
And Mika's just asking, do you have any guidance regarding my work situation? I'm a bit stuck.
I'm actually getting you the push forward, honey. So I think there's more to you for work than what you're doing at the moment. So I just get the reference to that push, that need, that feeling stuck is that need to be pushed forward in that way.
And it's just having a closer look at what's happening too. Feeling that I'm just feeling detail there. You need to look at the finer detail of something that's at work too. Regarding the situation, have a look at the depth, the bit finer. Tune it, what you're looking at. And it is just past. I just noticed that.
When you and I get together, Ros, the hour goes so fast.
We've sort of actually done our time. And there's still...
Even with when we have our meetings, we could be there a couple of hours and that time flies.
Yeah. And we've got a message here that Lynn's put there. I only just realised I was on the wrong page. Yes, sometimes that happens, doesn't it? And I haven't reminded everybody every 10 minutes or 15. I only did it once too. Yeah, it's when we do our Tuesdays intuitive chat, you do need to be on the mytimetv.live page so that because it's me hosting it, I get to see the comments then that's in our stream. So it's been lovely to have everyone here watching in the live, and even for those that are going to be watching it as a replay, thank you for joining in. But most especially, thank you, Leanne, for being part of this with me, because it wouldn't be the same if I was just doing it by myself as a mono artist or whatever thing I chose to do.
Oh, you're very welcome. It's my pleasure.
But we do a mono psychic reader or something. I don't know. What would I do it as by myself? I like it much better when it's the two of us. It's good fun.
It is fun. We have a good laugh together. I love it.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I'm trying to get that off. It didn't go. There you go. I must have had a bent finger as I was doing that. So thank you, everyone. Yes, do keep an eye on each of our pages because Leanne has lots that she's got coming up that she'll let us know and keep us in tune with. Yeah. I've got things that are in here that still haven't got to there yet, but they'll happen when they happen, and that's all right. I know that I have got a Lenormand. I'm going to concentrate on the Lenormand card deck for a 4-week series starting July. I just haven't got the promotional marketing stuff done yet. And as a course, like as in, well, it's not a course. Yeah, it's an experience. Yeah. So it'll be more experiencing it. And I'm working towards actually learning more of how to do the grand tableau reading is for my own purpose as well, but it's sharing that energy with a group of people who are interested in this particular Lenormand deck, which will translate to Lenormand, whatever type you want, but Lenormand being different to tarot, of course, and oracles. So that you'll see the info on that. Is there anything that you want to finish with?
Just feel free to jump over to our websites or Facebook pages, check us out, and
they're listed in the description too. So look in the description, people, please. The links are there. Yeah
definitely. We look forward to next week. Be the best version of you, and remember to honour yourself and nurture you as well as those around you.
Absolutely, especially in the energies we have. Thank you very much, everyone, and until then, namaste. For now.